A sudden ice rock avalanche in the Himalayas triggered catastrophic flash floods along the Nepal-Tibet border. At least 157 people were reported dead, while hundreds of tourists and locals remained missing. The disaster struck on Wednesday morning at around 8:40 a.m. local time. Minutes earlier, a magnitude 4.4 earthquake was recorded on the Tibetan side of the border. Soon after, a massive section of glacier and rock collapsed into the valley. The avalanche plunged roughly 1,200 meters, sending enormous amounts of ice, rock and debris downstream. The debris entered the Lhen River, known in Nepal as the Bokoshi or Bodakoshi. Within an hour, a powerful debris-filled flood surged through the narrow mountain valleys. Villages were inundated, roads and bridges were washed away. Homes, infrastructure and hydropower facilities were destroyed or severely damaged. The hardest-hit areas included Nepal's Rasuwa district and China's Yirong County. Experts analyzing satellite imagery said, a glacier-inclusive ice rock avalanche likely caused the flood. The small earthquake may have destabilized the glacier or surrounding slopes. Scientists are also examining the effects of warming temperatures in the Himalayas. However, the United States Geological Survey later said there was no major earthquake directly tied to the disaster. As a result, early reports linking the earthquake directly to the collapse are being re-examined. The human toll has been devastating. Nepal police reported that at least 157 bodies had been recovered, although casualty figures continued to change. Around 403 tourists were reported missing on the Nepal side. Among them were hundreds of foreign nationals from 28 countries. India reported more than 130 people missing, many of them pilgrims traveling toward Mount Kailash in Tibet. Dozens of Americans and British nationals were also reported missing. Australians, Canadians, Malaysians, South Africans and others were also affected. On the Chinese side of the border, hundreds of people were reported missing. Nepali and Chinese rescue teams launched search and rescue operations. India also began airlifting relief materials to support the disaster response. The region's steep terrain and narrow gorges made the flooding especially destructive. These natural formations can funnel floodwaters through confined valleys at tremendous speed. The disaster highlights the dangers facing communities and travelers in a rapidly changing Himalayas. Rescue operations continue as authorities search for those still missing and assess the full extent of the damage.